All right, YouTube. You all get the behind the scenes. I don't know if I did this to just my subscribers or to everybody, but everybody can get it. Okay. Uh, let's get uh, Instagram in here and Facebook. Everybody in here. Everybody in here. Good morning. Welcome to the morning chat where I tell you what's on my mind in the morning time. I know it's not morning. I know it's not morning. Okay, y'all. This is my morning. I done worked 9 hours overnight from 9 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. this morning. So, yeah. Wednesday's morning chat is gonna be a little later. Now, the reason why I got on here at 12:30 though is because um hey, like I said, I worked late, but I got so caught up in this Bel Air. I know. Some of y'all been watched the series on Peacock. The Bel Air, the re-envision of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Hold on, Holy Spirit just told me to let some of my friends know that I'm live on Instagram. Um, they probably not going to watch it. Oh, fuck it. Okay, so I just sent a few fam and friends just to see if someone shows up. I know that most of you, if you're not on vacation, you're probably back at work after um, celebrating the enslavement of the American people. I'll get into that later. Okay, so yeah, it was not only that, but I was caught up in watching Bel Air, the reenactment with the new guy in Child. That is a great show. That's a great show. Look, I love it, yo. I love it, y'all. Bel Air is the ish. Okay, trust me. And these chocolate Adonises, Jeffrey, my God. Hey, girl. Hey, hey, how's so that's why I'm on so late. Plus getting in. So I did wash up and pretty much went to sleep. My low back is killing me. Well, no, now let me correct myself. It's not killing me, y'all. It just hurts a little bit, you know. How you doing, Whiskey Peach Production on Instagram? Um, my low back is a little tight because I did a 9 hour intense workout. Okay, and I got paid to work out. That's the way I see it. But we're gonna talk about that on the Amazon alert. So let's get into the morning announcements. Ah, right. Yeah, they're getting back because I had cut them earlier. There ain't no morning announcements. Okay. There ain't no morning. I ain't got no morning announcements at all. You know, the announcement is I'm here late. Okay. The announcement is I'm feeling 100% better after having a blood transfusion couple of days ago. Okay. Thanks to Jen for fussing me out. Okay. That's what good friends are for. Okay. And had I gotten in touch with Lisa or my cousin Kim or who else did my sister, they would have done the same damn thing. It's amazing how you could say that to someone else. How you doing, Mineria? I hope I said that right. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me if I said it wrong. Um, and I don't have my glasses on. I'm gonna tell you why I don't wear my glasses. And if you watch the show at any point in time, um, I what's the word? I don't like the reflection of the ring light in my glasses. So it just annoys me. So I take it off until I have to read something. But it's funny how we can, I would do the same thing. Girl, if you don't go to the hospital, forget that job. Okay, God will provide you another job if they fire you for that mess because they don't care about you. I'm the first one. If you watch me at any time last year, I'm telling these young people, take your PTO. Okay. But we're going to get a little bit more into it because the title of the main topic and what I'm going to really talk about today is being authentic. I'm going to be 100 with y'all today. Okay. I like to pride myself on authenticity here on according to Akara channels. Okay. And I'm going to keep it 100. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be an open book this afternoon. Happy Christmas in July, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, so that's it. That's all. I'm alive. I'm alive. That's the announcement. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still strong. Okay. Shout out to what was it? Dang, I forgot. Antoine Fisher. I'm still standing. I'm still strong. The devil got to do way more to try to take me out. And he won't be able to take me out not as long as God is on my side. Okay? He tried to take me out by my own pride and my own desire to try to make my way. There's going to be tears today. Y'all going to see me cry. Okay? Honestly, I don't know if it was a spiritual attack or just my stupidity. But I'm still here. I'm here. I might be black and I might be ugly, but I'm here. I'm here. Okay? Shout out to Color Purple and Whoopi Goldberg playing, what's her name? Celie. I might be black. I might be ugly, but I'm here. So that's it. Now let's get into, there's no DoorDash Chronicles today. Hey Jen, you on Facebook and on Instagram, that's support. Yo, but there is going to be an Amazon alert. For some of you may not know, I started Amazon on Saturday, July 1st. Overnight, 9 hours from 9 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. working in the warehouse. That's right, your auntie is working in a warehouse, child. And oh, that is what she said. She said, I might be black, I might be poor, and I might be ugly. Anyway, get back to the Amazon alert. So I started working there, fully understanding the rumors about working in Amazon warehouse and working for Amazon is like a slave ship and all that nonsense, right? And so I went in there knowing that I know I was going to be working hard. Okay, it's 9 hours. The struggle was going to be real, practically. Okay, I understood that. I needed something to supplement my my income. Uh, and Amazon's doors swung open. Okay, and I just got to believe that it was God's will for me to be there. Okay, I did question that after the first day. I barely, like I was good. I made it to 6:30, but child, when I tell you, it was a struggle because I had lost so much blood. Okay, from having a heavy cycle for 2 weeks due to fibroids. Ladies, take that shit serious. I'm sorry. Look, I've had fibroids all my life. I've had fibroids. No, I don't think I had all my life, but especially after having my son, my periods began to be heavy. But as I got older, they became to get really heavy. But they would go off. My period would go off normal. It would come on time. It would be about 7 to 10 days. It would be long, but it wasn't that bad. I've even had fibroid surgery where they removed the larger fibroids back in 2010, December of 2010, right before I lost my mom. And I had surgery. My mom came in the midst of her having cancer. She came and took care of me. And I had surgery to remove. And they said that I had a fibroid that was about as big as a grapefruit or an infant's. If I was pregnant, that infant's head. That's how big one of my fibroids was. And I know that this is something that African American or Black women deal with a lot. And I kept hearing people saying, I mentioned, oh yeah, I have fibroids. I know this. I've dealt with it. I've always had long, heavy periods. And I heard somebody said something about, oh, their mama passed from a stroke, and my sister died from fibroids. And then the craziest thing about it was when I was training my first day, the woman that was training us, there was two trainers, and one was a woman, and she was eating nice, and I just overheard her when she was talking and saying, I'm eating my ice. My iron be low, but I be taking my iron. And she mentioned that she had had a blood transfusion. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting there, by the way, wearing a Depends or the Kroger's brand of Depends, because them Depends. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Well, we keeping it real today. She mentioned how she has, heavy cycles, and she had to have a blood transfusion. While I'm in this being trained, my first day at Amazon, 9 hours, I'm wearing a Depends. Or like I said, the Depends is expensive, child. Okay, them Depends is like, the name brand Depends is like $15, $18, depending on where you get it. For like 16 underwear, padded underwear. And I'm wearing them so that I can get through the day praying. I'm praying that, okay, I'm hoping that it will slow down, because I've already had a period for 2 weeks heavy. Okay, now, TMI alert. Okay, we're going to talk about cycles, and I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. Okay, what I was dealing with. I was going through pads in minutes. You understand me? Okay. I was overflowing and still messing up my clothes, wearing a Depends. You understand me? Okay. My clots were like this. I felt like I was giving birth to a little small baby, but it was just a clot. And I know better. I know what they say. If you get a clot bigger than a quarter, okay, you need to see your doctor. You need to go to your OB and say something is wrong. But this was normal life for me. This was normal life for me. Okay? I've always had clots. I've always had very intense periods. But they would always go away after 10 days at the very least, right? And I'm like, Lord, please, no, I don't want that. I don't want to have to get a blood transfusion. I don't want this to be that bad. Okay? I've dealt with this before. You know, I've dealt with this before, but I hadn't dealt with it at this amount of blood loss for 2 weeks. Okay? I was on for 10 days. I stopped and spotted, and then it came right back on full force. Okay? And I ain't talking about the singing group. My people that's in my Generation X knows about full force. Okay? Y'all know about full force. Mm-hmm. But it came back full force, y'all. And it wasn't letting up. And I'm praying. I'm literally praying like, God, if you can heal the woman with the issue of blood, because that's what that scripture was about. That story in the 4 Gospels, that would be Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, for those of you who are not very biblically privy, okay? That when the woman took the hem of his garment, she made her way through the crowd, and she took the hem of his garment, and it's like, I've been going to everybody to solve this issue, but only you can solve this issue. I'm praying to him with the woman of the issue of blood prayer. You understand me? Because I don't need this at this time. And it wasn't stopping. I felt betrayed a little bit, like, God, do you really gonna try to get me to go to the hospital when you can heal me right here in my home? Are you not hearing my prayer? Pause. Okay. Because this is the Amazon alert. So I'm sitting there in a Depends, had to change it 3 times in a 9-hour span. A Depends, not pads, a Depends. And by the end of my shift, I still bled through my pad. That Depends. Okay. So I was so drained working, but by the grace of my Heavenly Father, I made it through my first day. It was a struggle, though. And I'm going to tell you how I made it. First of all, God, duh, okay? But secondly, I was taking my iron pills. I was eating. I even got Geritol so it'd get in my system quicker. These are things that I did to just make it through the day, my shift. And the fourth thing is the majority of my first day was sitting in training and watching videos. Okay. So, and then the last half of the day that's when we had the hands-on training. I was miserable. Like, I was miserable. On top of just it being warehouse work where you're working your ass off, but I felt like my shoes are already heavy because they're thick with the steel toes on them, right? So they're heavy. They felt like I had cement shoes on. I had to stop several times as I walked through the warehouse. As you know, whenever coming, as they gave us a tour of the warehouse and took us to the station. And I promise you, I was at a close station that I was close to the bathroom. I could see it right there. And then they changed me to one way down what they call the Green Mile. I'm like, God, what are you doing? Why are you doing this to me? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, I mean, like I had to stop. And mind you, the Amazon warehouse that I work out is the smaller of the warehouses in the Atlanta metropolitan area. Okay, it's the small one. We provide the packages for the flex Amazon flex drivers, the people who drive their own car. That is, you know what I'm saying. They pick up from our warehouse. We don't do the big orders and stuff like that, right? So I am literally praying that I don't pass out at this warehouse, praying for God to just let them say, go home early. Go home, Roger. Okay, no, go home, Roger. I still have to work it out. I'm sitting up here praying for the shifts to hurry up and be over. Not because I am, when I say energy, it didn't hurt to move, but it was like, I had to stop several times on something that is easy for me to walk. That ain't nothing for me to walk a mile. Nothing. Y'all know if you showing up for walking on water on Instagram, I do 1.5 miles easy. Okay, it's those 2 miles that I start complaining. And it's like, wait a minute, I ain't halfway done yet. Holding the phone, that is. Okay, maybe I'll get me a lighter camera one day and I can have it where I have a harness and you can still hear me, but whatever the situation, and we're not talking about that. I was dragging. I was at my station stowing packages, drinking all the water, and I felt like, so, and I did a live going home, and I'm like, I'm just happy to be sitting down in my car heading home. Okay, let's go. Okay, but climbing my stairs to my apartment almost took me out. Do you understand me? You don't understand what I'm saying. Like, well, some of y'all do. Maybe you do. I don't know. I can't tell you. Lisa, I feel like you probably know what I feel. But walking up to, and Jen, you might know. Okay. But the draining of not being able to go up the stairs almost took me out. Okay. I ate, I went to sleep, and I woke up and I was still drained. I was still taking my iron pills. I was taking all these things that's supposed to help replenish the oxygen in my blood, and it was not working. And I knew on Monday morning, on Sunday morning, I knew that I might have to call 911. I knew it. Okay. But I needed someone to fuss me out because I was praying that I don't need this at this time. Okay. And we're going to get to that once I finish this. And this is supposed to be an Amazon alert, but it's apparently going to talk about how I got a blood transfusion. Okay. And I had to go to the hospital. Grady, cheers to you, Grady. Cheers to you. Cheers to you. They were excellent. I'm going to tell you, sometimes you pray for something and God doesn't do it the way you think. Matter of fact, that's his MO. God's MO is he ain't gonna do it the way you expect. You think of it in your mind all the time. Okay. When he gives you the vision, that's how it's gonna be. But sometimes we still make up things that make it seem like it's gonna be this. Okay. Like I just prayed and I knew that he was just gonna turn off the blood faucet. Okay, he was just gonna turn it off. Turn it off. Like Teddy Pendergrass. Okay, to send his angels. Turn it off. Okay. Turn off her period. Turn it off. I just knew he was gonna do it like that. That's what I was praying for. So that I can go to work, have energy, finish up my week. Okay. It was imperative. I needed this. I needed this. Okay. You have no idea how much I needed this. Okay. And I am no stranger to hard work, and I'm not afraid to work hard. Okay. At all. So I reached out to all my girlfriends. I called my son to just have him on standby. I might need to have you take me to the hospital. No one answered. Not Lisa, not Kim, not my sister, but Jen Hanley. Jen Hanley was the voice of God to me. A heavenly father's like, he spoke through her and said, girl, okay, you know better. If you don't go to the hospital, girl, I'm going to fight you. Okay. And if it wasn't for God using Jen, I might have been found in here passed out or dead, honestly. I hate to say it. I could have been here because I was being stubborn, okay, and wanted to handle everything. I was too busy being the strong one because I'm oftentimes have to be strong. No one helps me. I mean, I'm not saying no one helps me, okay, but people don't run to my rescue right away. Not the way I would want them. I'm gonna be honest with you. Not the way I want to, not the way I see others get catered to. Or, you know what I'm saying? People don't like, oh, I have a headache. Or I got your bags. I'll take care of your rent. Whatever you need, you just, take some aspirin and it's better. I mean, from a dark-skinned, average-looking woman, okay? And we talking authenticity here, okay? This ain't no Amazon alert. I'm sorry. I've already went into the topic, so we're going to keep it 100. Okay. The topic is authenticity. And I'm coming at y'all real today. 100%. Reality, realness. I had a whole planned speech of what I was going to say and how I was going to say it, child. It didn't go that way. It started here, and I feel like the Holy Spirit wanted it to be like this. But continuing on, I am always the strong one. My own biological father said, oh, I don't worry about you because you always got it together. But bitch, I'm not strong. I sometimes want people to cater to me too. Now, I'm not saying that I haven't had friends that's been there and I haven't had family that has been there, but overall, I can't be like, oh, I can't walk. No one's carrying a car. I have to always figure it out. I always have to figure it out. I have no one to take care of me. I'm always taking care of everybody else. I feel. I feel. Okay. That's the way I feel. Because somebody's like, well, you ain't take care of me. Well, baby, I can't. I can't take care of everybody. I can't take care of everybody. Oh Lord. How about my mic just it said no, but no. Well, the devil is a liar. Tell you. He be trying to take me out, yo. But this message is gonna go out with or without this mic. For real, for real. You know what? F this mic. F this mic. Okay? We turning it off. Here you go. Look, there's more than one way to skin a cat, baby. And this message is gonna go out because it needs to be heard. And I know because of the little bullshit things that's happening right now, is I'm on the right track. Okay. Look, little thing fell off. The little tripod thing to my mic fell off. Lord. Anyway, I'm always the one that seems to be taking care of everybody. Again, I do have people on my side. My brother Kelsey has oftentimes come to my rescue financially for small things. My son's father, when Nathan was younger and I was before he became an adult, usually he provided financially. Wasn't much there as a young man for Nathan, according to me now, according to me. But if I wasn't taking care of somebody, when I wasn't taking care of somebody, um, when what was my thought? When I wasn't taking care of somebody, I still wasn't taking care of myself. You know what I'm saying? And or no, that was what it was. When I wasn't taking care of somebody, I was oftentimes forced, I feel, to do a lot of stuff on my own. Okay, a lot of stuff. I didn't get no assistance. You know what I'm saying? There's no nepotism. Don't live here, at according to Akara. Nepotism? Who? Nepotism? What? Okay. What I have received has always been the grace of God. Okay. And He's always put me in a position to win. Okay. He always does. But it was never easy. No one, I don't have a husband. There's no man that has actually got on one knee and said, I can't live without you. But the Negroes that I've taken care of and helped out in my life, now it hasn't been tens of hundreds or nothing of it, but the ones that I have, that I've had the back, I've supported, you know what I'm saying? And none of them Negroes saw a wife in me. Okay? Now, sure, if I wasn't there, there'd have been another person like me doing the same thing for them. But not even a long-term relationship. Like, oh, we just friends. We just friends. I said, but you're sleeping in my bed. We're having sex. We're shopping together. We're doing all the relationships things, but we just friends. Every man never wanted to build with me. No one. No one, sir. Okay. Now, granted, because I know a little bit about numerology, I understand that I'm non-committal. They would have gotten on my nerves anyway, eventually, and I'd have left. I'd have been, I'm out. Deuces. But eventually, yeah, I'll get tired of once they start cramping my style, and I'm tired of always I'm being the one that's paying the bills. Look, I can't be that woman. That's not me. Okay, I can help you out to a point. I mean, once I start feeling used, it's like I'm stopped, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. Okay, and but like nigga, you don't need 2 years to know that I'm your wife. You don't. You don't. I've heard too many stories of happily married men and women men and women, especially men, they knew that their wife was their wife when they first saw them. Okay. They just went through the dating process to get to know this person, to be sure, I guess. I don't know. But they knew from the beginning. You don't need a year for this person to figure out. They already know. They sticking around for a year because they know you're their wife. Let me tell you that. That's real talk. Okay? So if you've been in a relationship for 10 years and that man has not gotten on his knees to marry you, he ain't gonna never marry you. Facts. Auntie told you first. Okay? If you've been in that relationship for 10 years, and you have to give that man, or 5 years, 4 years, 2 years, if you have to give that man an ultimatum to marry you, that man was never going to marry you. Okay? Period. Okay? So don't sit in there hanging on to a relationship and the man ain't married you. Okay? Period. Period. Okay? Because a man who knows his wife, okay, a man who knows a woman that his wife, he ain't gonna never say, oh, marriage is just a paper. It's just paperwork. I don't believe in marriage. All the marriages I've ever seen, they always broke up and da 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 da. Okay, those are the people who got married because they felt like they were supposed to get married at a certain age, or that's what you're supposed to do, or they did it not understanding what marriage really was. Okay, period. Excuse me. What God puts together, no man can bring asunder. And you know your wife when you see him, men and women. He knows you're his wife when he meets you. He already knows. Just like they say about women, which is true. It's true. This is true, ladies. Stop lying. You know if you're going to give the pussy up to the man the moment you see him. Okay? You already know. Okay, he starts out at 10. Now he can start talking and it can bring it down to 5. He's still gonna get it, but it ain't gonna be a relationship. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he gonna get this. I already know. You start out with just men. I know it is anxiety to shoot your shot, especially because men are the ones they have to go through rejection and everything. But honey, okay, know that the woman already knows if she's going to give it to you or not. Okay, so if you get past hello, you got the panties. I'm just saying. Okay, there's opportunity. The only way you can F this up if you continue talking and she finds out that you're a chauvinist pig. Okay, that's the only way you can fuck up getting the panties. Okay? She already knows. If you didn't, if she like, please, nigga, if she gives you a fake number or she never calls you back or whatever the situation, you don't have it, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Okay? And move on to the next woman that already knows she's going to give it up. Okay? But the vice versa, men already know if you're their wife or not. They'll stick around. They'll stick around. Hey, sis. Hey, sis. She's a grand example of a man who always knew that She was his wife from childhood. Well, young adulthood. Okay, and he stayed a friend. He stayed in the friend zone for years before he got the opportunity of a lifetime. And now they are happily married. And why did I do that? Because I said so. Y'all better not break up. I'm coming for you, Anthony. If y'all break up, I'm dragging y'all back together. But I don't. It's never going to be that. I don't. That's an authentic love. That was a marriage that was brought together by God, and then nothing's going to break that up at all. I don't. I just really believe it. I know happily married people. I don't know all these unhappy men and women that are married that all these men seem to say in Atlanta. Our marriages are always all I've seen is negative, unhappy husbands and wives, and his wife gets on him. Don't let your friends, men, okay, men, listen to me. Look at your auntie. Look at me. Don't let the men Beyonce your ass. What are you talking about, Beyonce your ass? Beyonce had all these single ladies talking about, if you liked it, then you should have put a ring on it. Okay, to the left, everything you own to the box to the left. Singing Lemonade. Meanwhile, she's still married to a man, allegedly, that was cheating on her for years. Before they got married and afterwards. But she out here, if you like it, then you would have all these women talking to them, being single and telling that man to the left. Me, myself, and all I got in the end. That's what I found out. In the meanwhile, she got Jay. She got Jay cheating on her ass, and she's still there. Don't let these men, your friends that are married, talk about how miserable they're in this marriage, but they still married to that woman that makes them miserable. Okay? And tip to you young ladies that are dating married men and you know it, thinking that he gonna leave his wife for you, baby. He ain't going. If you stick in there long enough, you might be like Camille, and she can be the queen, because she was the side chick for years, but that was the woman he always loved, by the way. Okay, let's Camilla, I think her name is the Queen Camilla. The only way he's gonna marry you is if that woman leaves him or dies. That's the only, and he's just gonna go to you because he's been fucking your ass for the last 10 years, leading you to believe that he's gonna leave his wife. He ain't gonna never leave his wife. Men don't divorce. Okay? Black men don't cheat. Black men don't divorce. I'm gonna tell you why. Because a black man told me, once a man makes a commitment, he's committed. He ain't trying, the divorce is not an option for him. He will be in that loveless marriage forever. Okay? 80% of the marriages, black, white, different, Asian, whatever, Asian, or Arabic, has been women. The woman is the one who filed the divorce. Okay? Because they're not unhappy. Because, honey, once we're done, we done. But that man will stay in a loveless marriage and have a mistress on the side for years. 2 families even. But he ain't divorcing nobody. Okay? Once he sees you as his wife, he sees you as his wife. Now, side note, let's talk about Derrick Jackson real quick, because he's the one who filed for divorce initially. So that makes me wonder, did he ever really see Danae as his wife, or just someone that he can manipulate as a narcissist? Allegedly. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist or none of that. I'm not that. We be tossing around these medical terms, narcissist personality. We don't know. I ain't know. But someone who's really just thinking about himself, he only married her for what he can get from her, and vice versa. I said it. Danae married him knowing she ain't no competition for this nigga. He seen the women that he was dating before her because they were friends. Okay? And she sat up there and made y'all believe that we were friends. So, I was like, but you didn't listen. Somehow y'all missed the fact that she was like, I'm Derek, I'm this man, this big football player. And she stayed in that life because he was providing a lifestyle that she would have never had she not been with her. She knew she was a 4. Nah, let me give her more credit than that. She knew she was a 5, 6. Okay, and I know y'all don't like numbering and shit. Okay, but so you can see what it is. She knew she was not his same caliber, but she married him knowing how much of a player he was. She knew it. She used him too. It was a mutual usership. But she thought because he married her that he was going to change. And when he didn't change, okay, she put up with it as long as he was still providing that life. But she tried to get all his attention just to be with her. Give me a break. You didn't get upset until you got played publicly. Listen to that interview on My Future Wifey again, because she said that she was doing all the business. She knew about all the women. She knew what she was getting into. Okay? She knew it. Now she wants to play the victim. No, baby. You knew what you was getting into. Okay? You knew it. You knew you were not on his level. Okay? And you could say looks or whatever, that whole thing, but you knew. You knew you wouldn't. Okay, you knew you weren't that. Or you would have never came on that camera looking like that. And he would have never married a woman that would not have allowed him to put her on camera when she was talking about the helmet of salvation. If I wouldn't be surprised if this whole thing was a setup. Okay, I got this, but I got a bad rap because people have found out that because I'm being not embezzled, I'm being blackmailed by our pastor, that if I don't tell, because the real reason why Derek came out about it is that the pastor said he was going to out him. That's the only reason Derek came out, with the fact that he was cheating. Okay, I'm telling you because I used to follow him. And I did see the videos. And he only came out because the pastor said he was going to tell if he didn't. Okay? Because he done got born again and saved, and they done found out the whole cheating. They were going through counseling. She said this. It's all on the show. Okay? On the interview. And let's go back. That was the reason why he fucking came out. If that pastor would have collaborated the story and let him keep it a secret, he would have been still married to Danae to this day. Okay? And she would have been still married to him, having all his babies living in that big ass house, until someone like Tasha K or me broke the story. Okay? Or one of his little side chicks would have gotten mad that he's still married to his wife. And then she comes out and said, me and him's together. Because the side chick eventually gets tired of being the side chick. Side chicks ain't built the same as they were back in the day. The side chick knew her place back in the days. Okay? Back in the days, the side chicks knew their place and they shut their mouths, and they knew that I'm never going to have him fully until she dies or she divorces him. So she'll have a woman to woman talk with the wife. But nowadays, 6 months of being a side chick, they want everybody to know. Soon as he get mad, oh, he be doing this to me and we together. Yeah, just like Wendy Williams says. But we ain't here to talk about their tea. I'm about to spill my own tea. So the Amazon, basically, I struggled through. I felt weak. I knew what I needed to do. I had good friends, good community that said, bitch, if you don't. But why did I feel like I could not go? Why did I not take care of myself better? Okay? Because I'm always the strong one. I'm always the strong one. I cannot have any time. I didn't need this right now. I didn't need this. So let's get into why I didn't need it. Now, a couple of days ago when I was in the hospital, was it a couple of days? 3 days? Well, a few days ago, when I was in the hospital, I posted a video of me in the hospital begging for money because I'm in a lurch. And I ain't taking that shit back. Okay? You think what you want to think. But the situation is, let's go back to how I got here with my financial struggles. I was working at a law firm making okay money. Okay? I ain't living in Bel Air by far. Okay? But I was making okay money. I was the lead, or at least believed to be the lead of my group of the men, office coordinators. And I was believed that I was on track to management at this law firm that I worked at. Okay? Some of you all that will see this later that still may be working there. Okay? You know who I'm talking about. And April of last year, after my manager came back from break, from leave, I think she had a leave of absence for a couple of weeks. She decided that to remove me from that position of leadership, even though I did not get the title of leader. Okay. And I did not get a pay as the lead anything. You know what I'm saying? I got what I should have always got. I got what I should have always got. I started at this law firm for $35,000 a year. I am a woman that has 20 years of legal experience working in this law firm. Now, I'm going to call them out. Not the law firm. Because I don't have any beef with the law firm. Okay? Well, a little bit. But I'm not going to call them out like that because it's only a little beef. I started Beacon Hill, fuck you. Okay? When they initially contacted me, they said it was a temporary position for, long-term for them is doing more than a few weeks. So it was like a month-long position, temp assignment at this law firm. And they initially contacted me and they said it was $11.50 an hour, which is still cheap for the experience that I had. But I'm of the old school. When we did resumes, we didn't put the laundry list of everything we did. We did the last 3 ones on your resume. So that's all they know. My last 3 employers, and only one was a law firm. I end up staying there. And for what I did, now, mind you, when I actually was assigned it, they lowered it down to 1050. Fuck you, Beacon Hill. Based out of Boston. Boston is more racist than Georgia. FYI. The whole state of Georgia, Boston, the city of Boston, Massachusetts, is more racist than all of the state of Georgia. FYI. If you didn't know, they are. Okay? Go there and look like me. You will be treated like shit. Now, it may have changed. I haven't been back to Boston, haven't wanted to. Okay? But I have been there. And I was warned, like, they're not going to do anything for you because you're too dark. You could never get a taxi here because you're too dark. These are people from Boston. They light-skinned. Anyone lighter than me would have got more love. Okay? Period. So if you dark, you can forget about it. If you passing, come on in. Okay? Is what it is. It's the truth. It's not my truth. It is the truth. Okay? Get it right. So I accepted. I ended up staying there. And that, honestly, for what I was actually doing, it wasn't. It was 1150 worth of work because I was just printing out documents and organizing them and handing them to the attorney to review. I wasn't drafting anything. I wasn't contacting anyone. I was just there to print out. It was an immigration law firm that I worked at. So they have a season where they have a lottery season to help to get people their visas to work here in the United States. And there's a season, at least back then, in February, okay, where this is the big lottery. So they had a bunch of applications. So they brought in temps to help out with this thing. Okay, so I'm going there. I'm being trained by the lovely young lady who I clashed with. I did. But I really was kind of clashing with myself because I knew I had more experience. And she's talking to me like I have zero. And I know my resume seems like I only had 10 years of experience at a litigation law firm. Okay. I only had a 10 years worth of experience at a litigation law firm. Okay. On my resume. Okay. You already know. Okay. Again, fuck you, Beacon Hill, for lowering it by a whole $1. My pay to 1050. Because when we did the Zoom interview, that's when she got to see me. And once she said, "Oh, it's actually 1050. You changed it, you funky ass bitch." I can't remember the last. I mean, yeah. So the law firm I work for probably paid the same price, but I got paid $1 less because I believe because I was Black. I'm just telling you how I really feel. Okay. On this Freedom Wednesday, this July 5th Freedom Number Day. Okay. I'm letting it free. And I end up standing there and they offered me, because they asked me, what would you think? What's your salary requirements, Akara? I said 40,000 without saying it, without any questions, 40,000. 40,000 a year. And that's cheap. That was cheap. With the experience that I had, 40,000 is still cheap for the 20 years of experience that I had in working in law firms, period. Okay. Now, wonderful. The human resources manager at that time was a beautiful Black woman. Beautiful Black woman. Okay. who was an HBCU alum. I believe she went to Spelman. Stephanie, love you, girl. You looking out for Paquita, love you, girl. I love you. They're my rock. Cassandra, you too. We clashed a little bit at first, but she didn't know how much experience I already had. So I let her talk her shit because I hadn't had any experience in immigration. So I'm still a student. Okay. And so I understand it a lot quicker than she expected me to. But once we got good. But anyway, so I stayed there and they offered me 35 months. Like, hey, I'll take it because I just want a stable income, y'all. Okay. And it seemed like a nice place to work for now. So eventually I end up on this admin team where, especially during the pandemic, where most of the attorneys and paralegals were working remotely. So we were in the office doing the hands-on work. Okay. And I was a part of the leadership team. I was en route to be a leader. And April of last year, she removed me from the position that I was never given the title of or the pay of a lead. Okay. And she said, oh, I want to. She didn't give me any reason that she didn't say that I was a bad leader. She didn't say I was insubordinate. She didn't say that I was a bad worker, that I wasn't on time, that I'm constantly late and leaving early. She didn't say that I was constantly making mistakes. She removed me from the position per her words. You just don't have what I need as a lead. You don't have what I need. What the fuck does that mean? I don't have what you need. I need someone with tacit knowledge. This bitch, I'm saying it, I'm keeping it 100 today, don't have no idea that I have 20 years of experience of legal, and you replace me with some white bitch that just knows fragment. Oh, I didn't say the name. Oh well. She just knows the office environment. Now, I'm not gonna never take anything away from the young lady that took my place because she wasn't the one, I don't think. Okay, she might have been like, you know what? You don't need to have a car. And she could have been talking shit behind my back. But Karma's a bitch. If she was one that was like vying for my position and wanted a position, because she sure enough did microaggressions all the time, this young lady. I'd be explaining something to her. Like, I haven't had legal experience for all my life. Okay, for 20 years. I don't need to be told. I had tacit knowledge to know that certain things that you look at and you look for in documents that is going to, you know what I'm saying? There were certain things I knew just from working in law firms for 20 years. But she got tacit knowledge? This bitch don't have no tacit goddamn legal knowledge at all. She just knows the law firm and how it operates. She only knows what she has learned there. I have tacit knowledge all day. Oh, she just has tacit knowledge. That's what she used. She used a big college word like I wouldn't know what the fuck that meant. Okay, truth to know, I didn't know what she was fucking talking about. Truth. Okay. She replaced me and they said, you're still, and I said, so am I still on road to leadership? She said that in front of HR. I knew it was some bullshit when she brought in the black HR woman. Well, the HR was all black. Okay. Woman to when she wanted to meet with me. and she had HR in the office because she wanted to make sure that she ain't fuck up, and no one can say, "Oh, I think she was being racist," and replacing me with a white woman. She had no good reason to replace me. And then after she replaced me, she said, "Okay, well, you're still a leader. So what are you going to? What are you doing? What's the plan to keep me on this manager? I told you this is what I'm doing. You didn't offer me to lead. I want management." Do you know she had no plan? "Oh, you just continue being the great leader you are. Bitch, I'm a leader by birth. I'm the firstborn of 5. Okay, I'm a whole Capricorn. I'm a leader just being who I am. Okay? I just lead by example. I don't just be writing all these rules and snitching on everybody. I'm in the trenches with my people. Okay? But I didn't say that. I stood there and I was like, you know what? That's good. That relieves me. I faked that shit because that's what we got to do. Because if I would have said, "Bitch, please, you just want to get your white friend in this position," and I feel like this is really a racist situation. So tell me what task, and I have 20 years, and I didn't say that. I sat there and I smiled and I took it because I refused to let her see me get upset. Because if I did that, I would have been labeled as the angry black woman. And I have done that a lot of my life. I just smiled. I was Mamie. Ah, pick a bella cotton. Pick a kettle. That was me. I took a lot of shit throughout my life. And I didn't say things and I didn't call people out for their bullshit. But I'm here for it today. And I took it and I accepted it and I tried to act like a team player. It was like, well, it's all good. They didn't reduce my pay. So thank you, God. I'm still making 42.6. 42.6 is what I 42.6 is still not enough for the experience that I had. 42.6 is still poverty in America. If you want to even be close to middle class, you got to make a good $20 more than that to be even considered low middle class here in the United States of America. Okay. Though it was the biggest raise that I've had, but it's bullshit. And once again, I was given a position. Only for it to be snatched away by these racist bastards down here in Georgia. Why the fuck did I decide to move down here? I have a love-hate with Atlanta. The racism is fucking real. Okay? And now they're not just saying you was a nigga in your face. They saying it behind your back by the way they treat you to this day, 2023. And that manager was a racist bitch. Okay? She smiled in my face all the time, want to take my place, backstabber. All of them. And I was pissed, but I acted, I'm going to be here. Okay. Okay. So I, hands off. Here's everything. Here you go, little white girl. You figure it out. You figure it out. Side note, I had lunch with a friend of, I did not have lunch with a friend. Let me say this. Allegedly, I heard by from someone so much shit about this person that was my manager, had no legal experience. She didn't know what the fuck I could tell she didn't know what the fuck she was doing the way she was hiring people. She was just hiring anybody. She hired 2 people from security. She just snatched them from downstairs. She hired a chick from Chick-fil-A. She was smart. She was a smart young lady. Not that these people that she hired weren't smart. They had zero legal experience. Zero. So you basically say a monkey could do your job. What happened to tacit knowledge then? What happened to tacit knowledge then? And the only reason she got the damn position is because the attorneys that she was working for and the partner, one of the partners, she was friends with or is friends with. That's why she got the opportunity she had. Oh, she always wanted to say, oh, I worked hard. Only when she was around us. Let me tell you why I know she was a racist bitch. Okay. Every time she was around black people, she wanted to be like, hey, sister girl. Like, shut up, bitch. She tried way too hard to seem like she wasn't racist or prejudiced. I'll say prejudice. Racism is a systematic situation. And she's definitely caught up in the system. And every time we had music, I had to work hard. And I'm pretty sure you did. But I promise you, doors are open to you that would never be open to me. I've had 20 years of experience, and the first time I've not made over 45,000 a year. And every time the reason is, oh, your grammar. But every time I take a grammar course, a grammar tutorial, I'm passing it with fly. Cause what the fuck is you talking about? My grammar is off. That's what Casey Gilson said to me for years. Oh, we don't want to promote you to paralegal because your grammar is off. That's bullshit. And I took that shit because I needed a job because I had a child to raise. And I took that shit. So long story short, I was moved from that and I tried to play along until I couldn't anymore. And so I put in my resignation. Once I was at the point where I'm crying before I go to work. I'm pissed off, but I'm faking it. And one thing about me, and 2 things for sure, I can't fake it that long. Okay? I can't get along to carry along. You know what I'm saying? I was already being what's sarcastic. Hands off. I said, oh, I'm leaving out on time and I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm giving you the bare minimum since I ain't your leader. And then you didn't have no plans to keep me in managerial situations. You know, keep me on track to be a manager at this office. Because you never intended, bitch, for me to be a manager. You were weeding out, and I had heard allegedly that someone who was working there and just happened to have can fake it longer than me, and she's also a Afro Latina young lady, wonderful young lady. But I had heard this young lady say, "Oh, she's just weeding out the weaklings until they weed you out, bitch." Okay. Until she uses you up and spits you out and replaces you with her best friend that is now working there. Basically, wait for it. I'm waiting to hear, oh, now she's pissed. The only reason she's been blessed enough to have, and I think she's a little more vocal than me. She's gotten the audience before the partner attorney. She's been giving him the ideas. I believe that this woman has been taking my ideas and then claiming it with the partner. She took my ideas and claimed it with the partner like it was hers. I'm just saying, I have no proof of it, but that's what I believe. But I do know it was a racist move. I know it because I feel it. Okay, and don't discredit. Oh, you don't. You have to have proof. That's bullshit. That they know how to say things so that you don't. You know, they know how to say shit. You understand me? They know how to say the legalese, especially in the law. They know the legalese to make it seem like they're actually just giving you an opportunity. Because they had nothing. To this day, they didn't have shit that they could say that was fireable or to take me from the status that I was. None. She had nothing. I had to check her a few times when she tried to check me. Well, maybe not a few times, but I say I know a couple of them when she tried to come for me, and I'm like, "Well, this is what you said, ma'am, per your email on so and so and so day. Isn't this the policy you set up? I'm just doing what you told me to do." Yeah, she felt, so I feel like she was mad. I feel like it was wrong. And I felt like I was wrong. And I left that job because I felt like if I stayed there, I was going to get fired. And I ain't never got fired from nobody's job. Okay? I know myself. I realize I don't have no babies. There's nothing keeping me at this goddamn law firm. Nothing. Okay? But in the true old school way, when we left the place, we left there on as much good terms as you possibly could. So I said, I'm leaving to pursue my own thing. Okay. That wasn't the reason why I left. I left because I felt like I was discriminated against by this manager. I felt like I was discriminated against and I was pissed. Okay. I was pissed. Facts. So I'm resigned. What you're not going to do is get all my energy. I checked out for real, not just mentally checked out. I did that shit. I had no reason to do that anymore. I don't have no babies. So I quit back in June of 2022. And then the person that she assigned as in my place and gave her the name too, because she got the title of lead office coordinator. Okay. Not even her black token girlfriend that's there, which I'm pretty sure she knows. She's a smart young lady. She knows who she is. If she happens to see this, you know who you are. And you do know that you her token black friend, right? To say that I'm not racist. My best friend is black. I've helped out this girl. Okay. She does great work though. I don't want to take away from her awesomeness. Okay. This young black girl is amazing. Okay. And she deserves everything. She deserves more than what this manager is offering her. Way more. Way more. But going on, as I just see all the flames and the smoke going around. I'm like this, like silly, once again, referencing color purple, the color purple. And you know the part where Mister was trying to make breakfast for Suge? Mm-hmm. And Celia sitting up here watching him like, he was like, where's the pot? Over there. I'm like this. Mm-mm-mm. Well, you should have never removed me because I would have known this. Okay. And I decided to stay because they were in such a fucked up situation with this change. They were in such a fucked up situation. I stayed to help them out. Because I'm nice. And I wasn't ready to leave right away. I have no plans. I was jumping out the window. I was smoking and jumping out the window. Smoking out the window. Child, I was jumping out the window. No net. Like Jesus catch me. So I end up staying until the end of the year, just to end out the year. And I had enough money to get me through, to pay my January's rent. And I paid, I still had a check that came in, so it helped out with February. But then the only job that I had was door dashing. Everything else I was doing content, I was making candles. I had all this plan. I even had an event that I was going to do for Valentine's Day until they canceled. Like, I had paid for the spot, I had made the candles. All I need to do is go and get my table for this event so that I can and have the whole setup. And then I got called like a week before, and they canceled it due to nobody coming, or it was very little people showing up for this Valentine's event. Crushed me. I had did all this preparing for this event, and on top of that, I'm door dashing. That's my only source of income, and I did damn good in February and March. It paid my rent. I paid my fucking rent just door dashing. February, March, I paid it just door dashing. Because my candles, I didn't sell them anymore. That crushed me. So I kind of took a break from the candles because that had just really disappointed me that event didn't go down. That was going to be my outcoming of my candles, remix candles. And that didn't happen. Then my car didn't pass emissions test. I was driving day and night to get the money up to get the part that I needed to get that car. It was $550 I ended up paying. Amazon. Funny enough, I got my catalytic converter through Amazon, the place I work now. Okay. Didn't know I can buy car parts. Amazon got everything. They the Walmart of the online services. Goddamn. Anyway. And I was paying it and paying for the part for this car. If it wasn't for the fact that my son was a mechanic, I would have paid a good $1,000 just to get this part put in and on. My son saved me $500 with Geico. So anyway, about $600 he saved me in labor to put this catalytic converter on so that I can pass my test in February, middle of February, and by the end of February. Yet somehow I still was able to pay my rent in March. Then it got warm, April. I paid April's rent, but by the skin of the chinny chin chin. By the skin of my chinny chin chin. Like literally, I drove and DoorDash to make that $1,300. That's what my rent is for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath here in the city of Atlanta, DeKalb County. And I was worn out, burnt out. Because by the time I paid April's rent, May's rent was due. And then people was outside, child. Mother's Day, Memorial Day, and it was warm. And then people outside. The places that I was picking up for in January, February, and March, people are now outside. They're at the restaurants I would normally be picking up from. Okay. The peak pay started getting non-existent. Okay. And the orders becoming really 13 miles for $13. 18 miles. I'm not taking that shit. You're like 18, that's a lot, but it's also a lot of miles to drive to drop off a burger and fries from Shake Shack. And that's a true story. I picked up an order from Shake Shack and drove, not realizing the mileage, 13 miles south down there by the airport, from all the way up here from Old Fourth Ward, all the way down past the airport to drop off a burger and some fries, and the bitch didn't even tip me. And the house was dark. I don't know what was gonna come out of them nasty bushes. You know how many times I've gotten orders like that before I started getting smart to the game, the DoorDash game, that I just wanted to throw the goddamn food at the door, like fuck it, and take the picture, because they have leave it at the door option. And I mean, if you've ever DoorDash or had it, leave it at the door. You know how many times I just want to throw that bag of food at their door and take the picture as it is flying and hits their doorstep, because of like, man, you got all the instructions in the world, okay, and you had me drive all the way out here with all the instructions in the world, and you didn't even tip. You should have tipped me for having that paragraph in the delivery instruction. But nevertheless, so orders were getting less and less and lower with no opportunities. And Christmas and that at that time of year, people tend to be a little more benevolent as well. I've had some really good tips. I would suggest anyone, if you can deal with people or driving and you have a decent car, I would suggest go do DoorDash. That's a nice side gig. Hell, it's a nice full-time gig if you know how to navigate the slow times. You know what I'm saying? I didn't expect that it was going to get this low. I think I only made 1,000 something in in May. Most of my money that I made in May, most of the money I made in May went to my electric bill, gas bill, car payment, and insurance. Okay. And my heating bill, my gas bill, my house gas bill was high because I don't like being cold. Okay. Yeah, you should have did this and you should have did. I'm sure I should have, but I don't like being cold. So I paid that bill. I ain't worried about it. Matter of fact, it actually cut off on my birthday because I forgot to pay the bill. I had the money, but I forgot to pay the bill. And I woke up on the day after my birthday, my nephew's birthday, and it was cold in the house. What the hell is this? They turned my gas off. Oh shit, I forgot. You know what I'm saying? Hey, well, go back and watch this story, Tiffany, and you'll see it's not going well. It isn't. It's not going well. I'm telling the story of how I got in this financial bullshit that I'm in. But anyway, so it got low. Then I had other bills that come in. I caught up my car payment. My car payment was behind. They was threatening to take my vehicle, and I can't have that because that was my income at the time. I needed that car for my job. Okay. So I put so much into it. And I was burnt out. And the money wasn't good. Like I had no motivation. Why would I get out there, man? One day I made $23 in 4 hours. What kind of bull was that? Whereas in February, in 2 hours, I was making like $100 something in 2 hours. Two. hours. All right, I'm here for it. Okay. Okay. Um, Jay, if you can come to Instagram, I can add you over here on Instagram. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram according to Akara, but I couldn't bring you in here. It says due to technical difficulties. Yeah, it won't do it over here on Facebook, baby girl. But you can either leave a comment here on Facebook or go to Instagram or YouTube because I think I have it open to everybody, not just my subscribers. On YouTube, according to Akara-Conversations. But I have been so I got here and I couldn't make May's rent. May came and gone. I didn't have enough. I just had enough to pay my basic bills and keep my car. June comes and goes, and I don't have rent for that. And then I get the warrant of disposerary, whatever, on my door. And I'm like, okay, I've never been in this situation. I have never been in this situation where I'm actually might be getting evicted. I reached out. I'm like, okay, I got it now. Because a lot of these organizations that's supposed to help you, okay, a lot of these people that's here supposed to help you pay your rent won't do it until you get that paper, that warrant or that eviction notice. At that point, bitch, how are you gonna help me? So I finally found out about the DeKalb County Tenant Landlord Coalition or something like that. It's DTLAC, TLAC is what they call it. Pretty Ricky is what they call them. Ricky Fontaine. Pretty Ricky is what they call them. Okay? TLAC is what they call it. I applied for it. I promise you, I've seen no notice to say that they're not accepting anything after May 31st. I saw the notice that said they had reopened it on April 23rd. Okay, if I'd have known then about DeKalb County's tenant, whatever services, I would have known, I would have adjusted accordingly. You know what I'm saying? And therefore, and wherewith in, I would have been applied for it. But I didn't apply until the 6th of June. And I go back to check my application. The whole time I never seen this notice that said they stopped taking applications after the 31st of May. So no help there. I go to the hearing because I answered on the very last day for the answer, which was June 9th, so that I can get a hearing. They have the hearing. The attorney for the apartment complex gave me an extra 10 days to get my shit together. Basically, at the end of this week, either I need to have that money or I'm getting kicked out. Well, not at the end of the week. That means at the end of this week, Monday, this apartment complex can file a writ of eviction, which will give me 7 days to get up out of my apartment. So I'm like, okay, at least I got me probably until maybe the 15th of July to get my shit together. And by the way, the attorney suggested the partnership for community program where they help you with your rent. They only take appointments by phone they only do, have to only apply in person, but they set the appointments only on Monday. I'm in the hospital trying to call this place on a Monday. And I understand. I'm not mad at any of these places because I know they run out of funding and there's a lot of people struggling. Okay, so everybody's looking for help with their rent. Everybody. I'm not the only one. I'm in the hospital trying to call this place. Busy signal, busy signal. Sorry, our people, our operators are busy. Call back later. I called like 20 times back to back. I didn't stop because this is my hope of possibly getting some help, y'all. And do you know, when I finally got through to the DeKalb County portion, they said we have run out of funding. Try have somebody else do it. They said have somebody else do it. What? Okay. I finally got this job at Amazon in hopes that this will also be put me in a better leverage to bargain with the apartment complex. Please don't kick me out. Is there something? Because I have stabler income than DoorDash. And then I get sick. Then my Aunt Flo want to come with the whole HBCU marching band and dance troupe. Okay. They was drum lining my goddamn uterus. Okay. One band, one sound. Okay. God damn it. My uterus for 2 weeks prior to my daggone first day at Amazon. So basically, that puts me in this position where I'm gonna have to get some money. Now, I'm never in a position where I have to do any type of crimes. Okay, I've never been in a position where I got to do what I got to do. You better sell some weed. God never put me in those positions where I had to do that, or sell my body, or do something strange for a piece of change. I know I said that a few times earlier, so I might have to do something strange for a piece of change. But reality of it all, that's just not me. That's not me. I have not been that girl that used my body to get what I wanted. Nothing against those of you who do. Really isn't. I'm just talking about me. I don't think I would break if my soul would be dark if I had to sleep with a man just to get money to pay my rent. If I had to suck a dick just to pay my rent. That's just not me. My soul would break. More power. Sometimes I wish I was a whore. At least my rent would be paid. Okay, I wish I was, I don't wish to be her. Corinne Steph is Superhead. I wish sometimes I could have the mentality of the dancers and the hookers and the hoes and prostitutes. Just the mindset of getting that bag. A lot of people talk bad about hoes. Okay. A lot of people talk bad about hoes and prostitutes and all that shit. And the same thing with drug dealers. You talk bad on, they did what they had to do, but there's some business prowess there. They know it's about the money. This is business. Okay. They know how to put their feelings aside to get what they need. Okay. And I just don't have that. I just wasn't raised to be that way. I raised to wait on the Lord. And that's nothing wrong with that either. But sometimes God is telling you how to do this. What I feel like when I went through the whole my period and losing blood and being so anemic, my hemoglobin was supposed to be 12. It was 6. It was half of what it was. If I would have not went to the hospital, I might have died. Okay. I might have died. And that came very real to me. But I couldn't do it. I can't sleep with a man. I can't stay just for money, nigga. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just not me. And I can't sell drugs either. I mean, I've been in jail one time in my life when I was 47 years old, 48 years old. Never again. It was just jail. And it was just jail. One night was enough. Scared straight. I ain't trying to go back to jail. I ain't trying to go back to jail. Nah, nigga, no. Okay? No. Okay? And I wasn't even treated bad. I just didn't like not being able to leave when I wanted to. I don't like confinement. That kept me from whooping plenty of bitches' asses. That kept me from smacking that white bitch at my old job. I don't like jail. And you know, when a white woman cries, that means life for us black people. Okay? Or death. So I'm here, wondering what God is going to do. I begged for help. That doesn't work. I don't get Cashapp. I mean, and plus everybody is hurting right now. Everybody is hurting financially. Even the middle class. The rich people is hurting too. Don't get it twisted. They hurting too because they're not making as much as they did. They're wealthy, but they still ain't making what they used to. There's some things they have to give up that, you know, they can't do yoga all day. I mean, three every day of the week. They can only do 3 now. They can only get a masseuse on Monday and Friday. And they have to go to the spa to get it done now, instead of having them come to the house until they adjust to the whole inflation too. Okay, don't get it twisted. These business owners and stuff like that, like Amazon, Jeff Bezos, they're getting a hit too. It's just not as devastating to us broke folks who is out here wishing on a star, follow where you are. They're not here. So I'm here because I made a decision to leave a job that I felt like I was discriminated against by the management. And at that point, I knew I was never going to move up. She was never going to put me in a position. And I'm going to sit up here and watch her put all her little white friends in positions. And if I say something, I'm going to come across as an aggressive, mean black woman. Because I'm sorry. I wish I was as eloquent of a speaker as my son and my friend CJ and all these people. But when I get mad, I turn into Daffy Duck. Okay? Or no, or is that Porky the Pig? I'm just, I'm not articulate to me, at least not to me. Because people be looking at me like, what are you tripping about? Everybody. You know what I'm saying? I am not articulate. Somehow people just look at me, they don't understand why I'm upset. You hear the words that's fucking coming out my mouth. This bitch is being racist. She is being prejudiced. She's discriminating against me for management. It's clear. Don't you see all the white people that's on leadership roles? I don't see no one that looks like me that's leadership there. But right now, I bet money there ain't no one that look like me except for her token black friend to make her feel like she's not a prejudiced bitch. Okay. To make her feel like she's not a prejudiced bitch that look like me that's in leadership under her. Even the Afro-Latina is light-skinned. She's a light-colored Afro-Latina. She ain't no dark-skinned woman. Okay? And you know that's how white people feel like they're including brown people. I hire Asians. I hire Afro-Latinas. See? Look at the, and let me tell you, just side note, when I resigned and I said, I'm crying. She think I'm crying because it was so hard for me to leave. I'm crying because I'm holding back the anger that I have on the inside and resisting the desire to punch her in the face because I know you fucking lying, bitch. And I'm saying, I mean, on the staff level, on the administrative staff level, and even the analysts, they're quote unquote paralegals there, where it was so much different cultures there. That I really did love. I met people from everywhere, part of the world, from every part of the world that worked there at the Atlanta office. It's a beautiful rainbow when you're talking about bottom, but ain't that none that look like me. Now I ain't talking about no light skin, and I love your light skin. But even if we had a light skin partner, not one Black person is a partner at this law firm. Where was there was the lead. I think there was 2 to 3 Black attorneys. That was that was there at that law firm. Not one black not one black attorney, partner. None of them. All white. Passing. Oh no, we did have like a Latino that was an attorney, but he wasn't a partner yet. Now he might be a partner by now, and I hope so. I love you, Juan. Okay, he was so sweet. Like there was people that were so like I missed them so badly, because they were really good to me. But not one. I would have been appreciative if there was a Latino, but not one partner. White. Okay, and even if they were mixed or Latino or Afro-Latino, they look white. Because there's one I question. She looks white, but I feel like she's passing black. But anyway, because she was mad cool, I really liked her. But she's also the friend that helped the racist, discriminatory bitch to get in that position and weed us out. And I feel like she's still a part of it. Unfortunately, and if she were to walk through this door right now, I'd be like, "Hey, girl, I'm fake. This is the authentic show. Okay, we've been doing authenticity right today. I'm a fake it because I was taught to code switch from childhood. We seen our parents switch it up when they're around white people. We seen our aunts and uncles do it because they can't take the Black people. I remember back in the day when my son was younger, and I had a real, like he was a teenager. I'm like, Nate, you're scaring the white people, okay? But he was really just being who he was and very vocal about his dislike or problems that he had with people. But he was scaring the white people. My son don't know how to not speak his mind. And that's one of the things I love about him. Is that he gonna say what he say, and he's very articulate. He must have got it from his father, child, or maybe my mama. But he knows how to say stuff and tell you just the way it is. There's some people just have that gift. I don't. I want to have the gift, but I don't. But either way, so that's how I end up in this financial debacle. I say to people that I have too much pride to ask my biological, but then I started thinking about it. No, I'm protecting my peace. Because this motherfucker will probably sit up here and fuss me out and still don't give me no money or no help. Facts. He's done it. If he didn't think that it was a good reason, being that I left my job, I left. I put in the resignation. He's not going to say, well, that you should have thought about before you, yah. I didn't. I jumped out the window. No preparation, no net that I made for myself. I'm like, God, catch me. And I still believe that he's going to catch me, but I don't know what, how. And it's scary. I might actually get evicted. Like, I actually would try to get evicted. Every place that I've contacted, because those two were not the only ones that I tried to contact to get help. I mean, those organizations, because I'm not just asking people. Me getting on that video 3 days ago was a last ditch effort. I tried it a couple of times. Y'all don't know. None of y'all be giving. It's okay. It's not your thing. And a lot of y'all probably say, well, I ain't put you in that situation. No one told you to leave your job. And you're right. You don't have to pay for my responsibilities. But also, don't expect me to love you when I get there, because I will. When I get to where I'm trying to go, when I become the hottest person on Beyonce's internet, and y'all, I'm gonna have hundreds of millions of people following me and then being influenced by your auntie, just like you forgot me, I'm gonna forget you. Facts. Either you are along on the ride or you're not. Now, I'm not talking to those who I know are supporting me, and I know your situation, and that's a small amount of people. And I'm not speaking to you if you wanted to, but you just don't have it. You know, but anyone that got offended by what I just said, I'm talking to y'all. Don't think that I'm gonna let you. You can follow me, and oh yeah, I've been following you since 2020 and 2021, whatever. Okay, I hear you. But you also not help dribbling and didn't help out. You never even wanted. You was probably talking shit about me. There's a few of friends that's right now that might be talking big shit about me. They are watching to this day, or will watch it later, or someone's going to send it to them. I'll look at a car. She's failing. Just, I wouldn't put it past the racist bitch to get this, to be watching this video later on after I get off, so that I don't see who's been watching. Because once I post, I don't be looking back. No, I'm lying. I'm lying. I be looking, but I don't be like looking. I be looking at the number, not looking at who is commenting or liking on my whole thing. Okay. But this is how I got here, where I may be evicted from my place. And that's what culminated to me making that video. I'm not going to do a GoFundMe, but you can send a Cashapp. Now that you know what it is, and I told you what it is, I didn't hide anything. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going out having lobster dinners. Okay. I wasn't traveling outside of my means. You know what I'm saying? For just a vacation in Dubai. Okay. I wasn't buying Jordans. I got shoes that's so old and starting to fall apart. Right now, these New Balances are about to disintegrate off my feet. Okay. I'm not getting new clothes, new cameras, all that stuff. I'm not getting new big ass TVs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Am I eating? Yes. When there's a really good I have had crab legs since this whole thing, but they was on sale. $16 or a pound and a half. And these days prices, child, I had to do it. I treated myself, damn it. Okay? I have to do something for myself. Self-care. Crab legs. Okay? I can't go to the spa. I can't go and get a massage. Okay? I can't afford to go on vacation in a state other than Georgia. So I'm not sitting up here spending frivolously my money. Maybe I could eat out a little bit less. But then how do I self-care? How do I take care of myself? I gotta take care of myself. I gotta get my McDonald's every now and again. I'm not big McDonald's. I'm just saying. Sometimes I just want to go to a restaurant, sit down, eat food, and be able to not only pay the bill but tip accordingly. Sometimes I do want lobster tail, but I don't go and get it. And I'm tired, and I'm weak, and I need help. Period. And I'm not going to show my body just to get a little. I'm not going to do nothing strange for a piece of change. And I'm not going to make you holler for $1. Okay? Because that's not me. Just not me. Nothing against those who do it. I wish I could do it. I wish my mind would allow me to do it, but I'm not that broken. And I love those who do. For those who do it and they really, there's some people that's out here prostituting and they like it. They like it. But most of the stories I've heard is it was because they had to do what they had to do to, get what they needed. Or they got caught up with a pimp. I'm just saying. Because prostitutes, usually they're not out there for the money. They're out there to get Big Daddy's money. Okay, they got caught up, falling in love, and needed help, and they didn't got them on the stroll. They'll pay them back for everything that they do for them. That's a pimp. Okay, all those pimp chronicles of what Cat Williams. That's not a pimp. A pimp is someone who manipulates somebody, gets them dependent on him or her. So the only way that person can pay them back is by doing whatever this person tells them to do. Okay? And if that is sleeping with other men or women, okay, to pay them back for, sleep with people for money in order to pay them back for taking care of them, housing them, feeding them, getting them clothes. Ooh. Oh, I thought there was something else there. You know what I'm saying? That's what pimping is. Okay. We get pimped all the time. I was pimped by a t-shirt company owner. I just wasn't selling myself. I wasn't having sex for money to pay this nigga back. I said what I said. I don't hate the guy though. I realized how I got caught up. How it is easy. But I'm talking about like the strippers, and they feel like they're doing it to make money. They have to do what they have to do to feed their children. Like the song said, what would you do if your son was at home crying on the floor because he's hungry? What's that? City High? That was the name of the group. City High or something like that. Yeah, that was that. So, fact of the matter is that's what it was. And that's what I did. And do I regret what I did? No, I don't. I don't regret it. I don't regret it because the other option was me either I was going to end up getting fired anyway, okay, and labeled as an angry black woman. And I was not going to let her lower me down to that. Okay? I was never going to let that do that to me. I'd rather walk out with my head held high with some type of dignity. Now, I know it was a going joke that Akara's not going to leave. She going to be right back here tomorrow. That bitch, once I left that building and left my fob and everything, that bitch was never going to call me back. And she ain't going to never call me back. Okay? She ain't going to never call me back. Okay? She was never going to call me back. Never. Never. To help out with nothing. She wasn't going to call me back. She ain't going to never call me back. The racist bitch. And then be funny, I get an email tomorrow. Hey, Akara, I heard that you're having a bad time. You need help. And then it's like, I feel bad in the call her a racist bitch. That's how life goes. But I'm just telling you how I feel right now today. You know, I could be proven wrong later, but this is how I see it. Not my truth. I hate that fucking statement, my truth. The truth is the truth. Okay? You don't own truth. Stop saying that stupid shit. Okay? But from my perspective, that's what I felt. Okay? And I'm learning at 51 years old to trust how I feel. If I felt like that, that's what it was. That's what it was. She was being racist. She was being prejudiced. She was being discriminatory. Okay? And you can explain it away. You can mansplain it away. You can white-splain it away. You can say all this shit to make it seem like it was real and that it wasn't what I felt it was. God didn't give me intuition. God didn't give me the Holy Spirit for me to ignore it. That's what it was. And even if she does call me back, it'll be like, why do you need me now? Did you get the video? Now you have to come back and prove to yourself that you're not that. I mean, like, I'm not big enough that she can get dragged in these streets. But I am definitely keeping the person's name to myself because I don't even want to speak her energy of her name in the air. Okay, right now. I don't even want the energy. I'm not even giving her that the grace of me even mentioning her and making her popular in any type of way. Okay, y'all need to start learning that. Stop promoting these people that don't have your best interest at heart because you mad. Like, nigga, stop, because what you're doing is making them famous. Shut the fuck up. Those who know, and those who caught me to say the name of the spot that I'm my former employer, just know it was there. It was the Atlanta office. Okay. Now I don't say it again. I don't. It's not that whole firm or the whole Atlanta office. They do have to do something. There's no way you could tell me in the Chocolate City as black in the Black Mecca, because Chocolate City is DC, and Black Mecca, Atlanta, you can't find no black attorneys to be partner. Not one. Not one. Not one. Nowhere. Not a Latino. Okay? I don't want brown. I want black. I want black, y'all. And I'm black, y'all. And I'm bliggity black, the black, y'all. I'm talking about midnight. Darkness is everybody. Okay? Tell them, prove that. And if anybody from that firm is still, that will watch this later or still follows me, okay? Please put it in the comments to tell me that no, we just got a new partner, blah, blah, blah. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Bet you money they ain't got and will never have in the next 5 years someone who looks like me as a partner. I'd be surprised. Okay. But just like I'm saying, but you say you don't have beef with them. I would be surprised. I mean, we're in Atlanta. We are in South. Okay. Even though Atlanta and Georgia is two different places, racism still operates in the city of Atlanta. Surprised me by a black person I mean, unequivocally, not passing, not Afro-Latina, not Afro-Asian, okay, Blasian, I think that's what they call Blasian, not them, okay, not someone, not an Arabic, not a Israelite, not, no, 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 not almost dark if they're in the sun too long. I'm talking about unequivocally dark, black, from the hood, but keeping it real. Okay. We're not looking for no coconut. Well, see, that's what they call Indian people that forget that they're Indian. They're brown. They call them coconuts because they're brown on the outside, but they're white inside. I don't know what we call Clarence Thomas. I'm not talking about Clarence Thomas type who forget that you's a whole nigger in these streets. You's a whole nigger. And when it comes down to it, you's just a nigger to all them white people too. That's what it is. Anyway, it has been 2 hours since I've been on here, and this has been the authenticity show. Today, I said my piece, and I'm done. I'm gonna see y'all on Friday with an official morning chat, but I felt like I need to get that off my chest. You know what I'm saying? I just want to get that off my chest. So y'all know this is what it is. I'm telling you the truth. Okay? This is why. It's not that, oh, I went to the hospital and I'm just here. No, I decided to leave a discriminatory situation to so that I don't shoot somebody. Ugh. And I'm too old to deal with this bullshit. And I'm tired of dealing with it down here in Georgia, especially in the law firms down here. And when it comes to higher up, discrimination is real. And they will give you every reason to say that, oh, no, it's not that. Yes, it is, bitch. Then where's the black people then? If it's not that, where they at? In prominent positions. That's not a black-owned company. And I'm not saying that there isn't no law firms that's like that, but and not just one, not one token person. Let me get 2 or 3 that got a say in how this office is being run. In high position. Show me that a company that does that and they weren't their own, that's not a black-owned business. Tell me that. Show me that. All right? Well, y'all, I got to go. I got to call and set some appointments. I probably am not going to do that today. I'm just going to chill out because I worked my ass off last night, and it felt good. Really did. So I hope this was helpful to you. I hope maybe some of you can relate to it. If you're thinking of doing that, just consider that you might get into some type of financial situation if you don't have some type of financial safety net. Okay. But sometimes when you do what you believe in, you jump out on your own. Because the other reason also is I wanted my business, my candle business, I wanted my content to really get to a certain place because I want my own. I'm tired of having to do above and beyond just because I'm black. I have to do twice as better than white Judy over there. Like, really, bitch? I'm sorry because I'm not friends with a white partner to put me in this position or assist me in that with the nepotism. You know what I'm saying? I'm just tired of it. I've even considered leaving Atlanta, but where am I gonna go? Florida? Child, I'm better off right here in Georgia. Even though I got land in Florida. I do. And I'm not selling it because I don't own it by myself, by the way. And as soon as I sell my half, then they're going to do something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Okay. That's my little piece of America. And all else fails, I could go there. I don't want to. Nobody wants to live in Florida. No one wants to live in Florida. People get stuck in Florida. No one lives there because they enjoy that shit. It ain't nothing enjoyable. You were born there and you only know it, or you get there and you get stuck. Kind of like it you do here in Georgia. Okay, but at least we kind of we kind of pop it. Okay, we pop it. Florida got Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando. And if they keep up, the DeSantis keep up his good work, I'm saying that sarcastically, by the way, you won't even have Orlando. Who's going to go there and Disney's not there? But anyway, for real this time, I'm out of here. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening to my rant and my honesty and authenticity. I didn't want to be a rant, but it was the truth. You know what I'm saying? I still want my business to take off because I don't want to work for them because they're never going to promote me to what I feel that I'm worth. But, I don't know. God will show me a way. He'll show me a way. Or it wasn't meant for me. And it'd be funny if I end up getting out of the apartment only to move into a house. That would be crazy. I'm praying that. That'd be crazy unless he's going to do it. Maybe he's trying to get me out so he can bring me into what he really wants for me. And he was the one who put me here. His will, his bill. So I don't know. God be showing up at the last minute and like, oh, I just knew I was almost long gone and dead. I'm out of here. But whatever. We'll see. Y'all have a good one, though. I'm going to work it out. I look forward to the testimony that I'll tell you later of how he brought me out. Brought me out all right. God brought me out. I want to be here. I want y'all to see me crying because someone sent me. I want to be like that, like, oh my God, someone done sent me $5,000, Jesus. Or I get noticed that someone done paid my rent, because you don't have to give me the money. You can just go to Braden Feldman and pay my rent. I live at Arbors of East Atlanta, right here on Memorial Drive, 1800 Memorial Drive. If you want to just pay it, just go in. I live in G6. My name is Akara-Hatcher. Okay? You can just go ahead and pay it. You don't have to give me shit. Okay? You don't have to give me nothing. Okay? You don't have to give me anything. I don't want your money. I want the help. I want to know I have somewhere to stay after July 10th. Okay? That's what I want to know. My lease ends in September, but at least if I could stay there at Amazon just long enough and not die, I'll still be able to pay my rent and still build my business. Don't ever stop chasing your dreams. That's all I have to y'all. Y'all have a good one. See you on Friday for the morning chat. Bye. Facebook. Bye. Oh, I wish I could have brought Jay on here. Let's go ahead and close you out. Instagram. And I know I didn't look at you that much, but sorry. Not sorry. Bye. Okay.